Andy Rougeot, welcome. We'd like to begin by asking you to introduce yourself to the voters and in 30 seconds, tell your story.
Hi, my name is Andy Rougeot. I'm a former Army officer, small business owner, and a father who's running for mayor of Denver because I love this city. It's a city where I want to reduce crime, homelessness, and the cost of housing.
First question. Insiders tell us the four most important issues in the city of Denver right now are crime, homelessness, housing, and transportation. Rank them from most important to least important, and please explain why.
So crime is currently the most important issue in our city. You can look at statistics like a near tripling of the murder rate in the past 10 years. The fact that we're one of the car theft capitals of the country. But it speaks to me as a dad, as the father and the daughter that are driving home down I-25 South and had street racers blow out their windshield as they're driving home from volleyball practice. Second biggest issue facing our city is homelessness. We've seen almost a doubling of unsheltered homeless in the past 4 years. We need a mayor who's actually going to enforce our camping ban to keep our streets safe and get the homeless into the mental health and drug addiction services they need. Next issue is affordability of housing. We need to make sure that blue-collar workers, first-time home buyers, young families can afford to live in our city. The final issue is transportation.
Follow-up, you said your number one priority would be crime.
Yes.
So take that and address how you would handle it differently than the other 16 candidates.
Yes. So as mayor, I will add 400 police officers to make our streets safer. I'll increase funding for police training so we can have higher quality policing. I'll make sure we're properly funding our 911 system. So if you call, you don't sit there waiting on hold in one of the worst moments in your life.
A lot of financial priorities in many cities, including Denver. If elected, what would you prioritize and where would you trim?
So as mayor, I will prioritize the safety of the city. That means making sure we're properly funding our police department, make sure we're properly funding our homelessness services. I think we can cut spending in the city also. We are currently wasting $8 million on fair election funds, which is funding that's going towards candidate spending for our political campaigns. That's money that should be better redirected to making our city safer.
Denver's a wonderfully diverse city, as you know. Will you make a commitment to make sure that your administration reflects the diversity in Denver right now? And if yes, how?
Yes, I will have a diverse administration. So I will pull from the best and brightest throughout our city.
City Council has a potential for a significant change after this election. How are you planning to work with a new council, and what would that relationship look like?
So as mayor, I will hold council accountable just like I'll hold myself accountable. Unlike our current mayor and his failures, I will not pass the buck. I will say, I own this responsibility of making sure our city is safe. I own this responsibility of making sure we're enforcing our camping ban. I own the responsibility of building more affordable housing. I think our council will respond well to a mayor who's saying, I will take this, I will solve this issue instead of passing the buck.
As you know, there are 16 other candidates on this ballot with you. If you had the opportunity to ask one candidate one question, which candidate and what is that question?
So ask one candidate one question. So I would ask, it's a very good question.
It's okay to take some time.
Yeah, I have to think about it.
You won't be alone here. But yeah, you've got 16 choices,
okay,
a lot of issues. Help us understand. Who would you ask a question to and what would that question be?
So I'm going to cheat and I said I'd ask all the candidates.
I'm going to stop you.
Okay.
Others tried to do that.
Can I do that? Okay. I can't do that.
So I pushed back.
Okay, got it.
Give me one candidate, one question.
So I would ask any of our current candidates who have held elected office in our city why they have failed to enforce the camping ban over the past 4 years.
Okay, that's fair. What's the last book you read? This is an opportunity for people to understand a little bit behind the scenes.
Yes.
What's the last book you read and why? And what do you do for fun?
So the last book I read was Winston Churchill's biography where he's covering his time during World War II. And what I do for fun is spend time with my daughters. I've got a 3-year-old and almost 6-month-old. We love to go playing in the parks. We love exploring the children's museum, but keeping those two active and happy is the key goal of my weekends.
So we're going to wrap up by giving you a closing statement. Look into the camera and tell voters what you want them to know about you as they get ready to make this decision.
So my name is Andy Rougeot. I'm running for mayor to fight for Denver's future. I'm running for mayor because I love this city. It's the city where I settled down after I got out of the Army. It's the city where I'm raising a family. It's the city where I built a business. I want you to know that as mayor, I will enforce our camping ban to get the homeless the mental health and drug addiction services they need. I want you to know as mayor, I will add 400 police officers and increase funding for police officers to make sure they're properly trained and keep our streets safe. As mayor, I'll get rid of regulations that are increasing the cost of building housing in our city and fix a broken permitting department. Know that as mayor, I will fight for our future, and I'd love you to learn more at andyfordenver.com.
Andy Rougeot, thank you for your time. Thank you for your answers. Good luck.
Thank you.